said it's only money.
Oh, he ain't got it.
We done heard his tongue.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Camp and Mace.
What's good, fam? How you? You good? Welcome back, Stat.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back.
Niggas been looking for you, man. Yo, niggas is like, where's Stat at? It's all type of conspiracies and shit. Listen, man, happy for you to be back, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back too. And yes, guys, I am back. I don't know why people thought I left and was never coming back. I'm here.
Yeah, they said you broke out after the Stephen A. show.
Yeah,
they said there was tampering.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They said
it's really crazy what you hear. Y'all don't believe the internet. Anyways, so we got some crazy news. The Wizards are finalizing a deal to send Chris Paul to the Warriors for a package that includes Jordan Poole, a 2030 protected first-round pick, and a 2027 second-rounder to the Wizards. Is this a good trade? And what do you think?
Everything been fucked up for Chris Paul since we started this show. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since we started this show, shit been fucked up for Chris Paul.
It's you. You trying to blame me.
Yo, first of all, Chris
Paul wasn't gonna talk to you.
He ain't talk to you neither. But the whole shit is, listen, Chris Paul got traded to Washington and never made it to Washington. Now he is Golden State. Nigga got bouncing Chris Paul around like a ping pong ball. Pause. Like, where the fuck is Chris Paul going to end up? He's not going to stay in Golden State. What I will say is this. This is what I'll say about this. To me, this is proving to Draymond, fuck Chris Paul. This is proving to Draymond, we fuck with you because Draymond's a free agent. Nigga like, we see who the problem is. Let's get the problem out of here. Now, could we re-sign? But the fucked up shit is this. We don't know what Draymond is thinking because Draymond was just in Paris with LeBron.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
with the little bucket on and everything.
Yeah, so you know all this bromance between Draymond.
Bromance is
crazy. The bromance between LeBron and Draymond is like, Draymond be like, you did that a little too late. I already might sign with the Lakers. So, what I really believe is that, first of all, it's a salary dump. They get rid of his $130 million. It's a salary dump. Now they can reconstruct Draymond's contract if they want him. But I really believe that was showing Draymond, we fuck with you more than this guy. Chris Paul, as far as him being in Golden State, I don't know if that's going to last. Chris Paul might not make it past 4th of July in Golden State.
Yeah, I was going to say Thanksgiving. He definitely ain't going to make it to Thanksgiving.
I mean, they got to get rid of him when season starting like October. They
he won't have a Halloween costume on in Golden State.
Exactly. And what I think is this. Look, we diss Chris Paul a lot on this show. I fuck with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, I was looking at his numbers. He's doing, he did exceptionally well his whole career.
Yeah, except for when the playoffs start.
Yeah.
Well, he's the best ability is availability. He's never fucking available. What I will say is this: all that shit trying to go to Golden State and act like you telling Steph Curry to go
I was just thinking about that.
Yo, Clay, they gonna look at you like, yo, would you get the fuck out my face, bro? I cooks you, nigga. I cooks you. Yo,
so he won't be able to be a coach there.
But real quick, let's look up the amount of games that Steph Curry against Chris Paul and his average at the same time. But what I'll say is this, he ain't gonna be no coach there because listen, they might fuck with Chris Paul, but not on that team, because Chris Paul, he loves to get listen,
let me talk to you.
Chris Paul loves to, if you get one of these, even when we went to the game in Phoenix, he's not even dressed.
Yeah, he was on the floor talking to the ref in the middle of the court.
Yeah, and telling players
in street clothes,
and telling players what to do. It's like what we was talking about earlier before the show when a nigga don't want to practice. Yeah, it's like Chris Paul, one of them niggas who like, I'm a veteran, I don't need to do this, and that's not gonna get the respect.
And it's crazy when you think about it, because if he's sitting on the side, he just comes across like the guy that got his jersey half off. Got the whistle in his mouth, pause while everybody's running. Like, yo, y'all need to run faster. And then at the end of the season, when they're about to lose, Chris Paul comes out of nowhere and be like, yo, you know, it's times like this when you got to push through. And niggas like, what?
You wasn't even practicing, nigga.
Yeah, you was never even there. So then it makes it crazy because Chris Paul, he's just like pretty much sabotaging himself with the way he goes about it. But I don't think he knows that.
I think that Chris Paul is. I think
excellent career though. Excellent
great
career.
career.
18-10 for the whole career.
That's
crazy.
a great career. Just start coaching now though, because
Yeah.
you're looking crazy. It's looking like they just bouncing you around. Pause anywhere. You got.
Yeah, well, the stat that I do have is that, so they faced each other 55 times in games. Steph Curry has a winning record 31-24 over Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Steph's stats have been better. But, I mean, together on the same team.
Look, the only way I can look at
But
this.
how you gonna have both of them on the court with Klay Thompson?
What I'll say is this: is that I don't know if Chris Paul's willing to accept. Maybe he should coming off the bench and leading the second unit. That's all I can see for Golden
with the
State.
redhead guard that plays off the bench for Golden State.
Oh, he's nice. I like that nigga. But I'm just saying
him and Chris Paul will be bad.
I'm just saying. Just thinking about him and Golden State, it don't make no sense from the start. You're gonna slow that offense up.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, them niggas don't stop moving without the ball. Chris Paul, one of them. Nobody doing all that.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing all that. So I don't think he's gonna last at Golden State. I think a trade's coming soon. I don't know. Especially
I think they definitely picked him and made the trade just to trade him, and they want to trade him. I would trade him for Paul George. I could see that happening, where they take on Chris Paul and then they say, you know what, where does he want to go? It's almost like they snuck him away from the Wizards because they knew that the LA Clippers wanted him.
He wants to go to LA, whether it be the Clippers or the Lakers, he said, because he wants to finish his career because he hasn't been home with his family and he's based out of LA. So, pardon me, I don't think he'll be mad with either LA team.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask, okay, so Jordan Poole is a lot younger of a player. You know, I know people were trying to build teams on younger players.
Is crazy.
So how do you first of all even think Jordan Poole feels about just being kind of kicked to the curb? Chris Paul coming in, if he does stay with the Warriors, what do you think about that? What do you think is going through his head? And does it make sense?
More munches. He's gonna have so many more munches.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front
in DC.
He's definitely gonna be.
He's gonna go crazy.
He's gonna be Mr. Munchie in Chocolate City, baby. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And I'm gonna go on the record of saying I can see, all jokes aside, I can see Jordan Poole having almost like the career that James Harden had when he went to Houston from OKC. I'm gonna go on the record. So Jordan Poole, you know,
we'll just wait till next segment. Listen, what I would say is this: that whole situation in Golden State is toxic.
Yeah.
I think since the beginning of the season, they had to make a choice between Draymond and Jordan Poole after that snuff. And then they said, look, we're going to see at least if we get to the championship, make it, and they see it didn't work. So then they had to make a decision. I seen Swaggy P was talking about it. I seen a lot of people saying, Jordan Poole, just get out because nobody likes you. It's not just that Draymond doesn't like him. The rumors are Steph doesn't like him, Klay doesn't like him.
Why don't you think they like him, though?
Well, listen, he's probably arrogant. He's young.
He's definitely arrogant. He's from Milwaukee. He's definitely arrogant.
He's young. He's arrogant, and he thinks that, and not thinks, he definitely helped them win that championship. Without him, they wouldn't have won that championship. And from all the things that I was hearing him say, not guaranteed, but they were saying his reasons Draymond punched him in his face. They said the first day he told Draymond Green, you know, Michigan and Michigan State have beef. Draymond Green's from Michigan State. He's from Michigan. He told
That's already
Draymond,
a lifetime rivalry, right there.
He told Draymond, I fuck more bitches in Michigan State than you went there. And then they was running sprints or something. He told Draymond, don't worry about it. You'll be in Sacramento next year. Then he told Draymond.
That's crazy.
Then he told Draymond, why is your Twitter handle Money Green when you broke and you're not going to get a new contract? And that's the one that broke the camel's back when he ended up punching him in the face. So a lot of stuff.
So that was a cover-up then.
That's what they're saying, and Draymond couldn't talk about it. So it's a lot of things that we don't see that go on behind the scenes. The niggas be like, he can't keep talking to people like this because we're gonna get smacked again. So let's end this now while it's only one punch in the face.
Yeah, so they gave him the money to keep him quiet.
I think that they gave him and Wiggins the money because I thought that they thought him and Wiggins would be the future. Like, you got to realize Steph is 35, Draymond's 34, Klay's 33. They're nuclear, Iguodala, he's 38, 39 years old. They're the older group, but I think that they're loyal to that bunch because Wiggins and Poole was supposed to be the future. But it's just like, if you're going to win something now, this core of people who got you to 4 championships is not happy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, also within that trade finalization, Jordan Poole also unfollowed Draymond off Instagram. So,
for real?
Yeah.
When was that?
It literally
Wait,
just
I gotta
happened.
see
He
that.
said unfollow, so you clearly, I guess the chemistry was fake.
So it might be up.
The chemistry
It
was
might
fake.
be up if they see each other.
Chemistry was definitely fake.
Yeah,
You could tell that.
You could tell that's why they didn't
Nigga
win
said, I
because
couldn't wait to unfollow this nigga.
yeah,
You didn't want to see his
Word.
face.
that's crazy.
Didn't want to see nothing.
I think Jordan Poole is going to be better off in the Wizards. I
Really?
really do.
I think so too, because I think that we'll see the Jordan Poole that we seen with Golden State the year they won the championship. Because what people don't remember is Steph Curry was hurt during that season. That's what gave Jordan Poole the green light to
Yeah.
shoot
Yeah.
and shake people up and go on, so on and so forth. He didn't have that green light this season. His minutes was down. His
Yeah.
production was down. That year, he got a lot of burn when Steph was hurt. Even to the point when Steph first came back, Steph came off the bench for like 4 or 5 games and let him start. I think at the Wizards, he's going to have a lot of freedom, and we're going to see the Jordan Poole that we seen 2 years ago. Will they win? I don't know about that, but I think we'll see a better Jordan Poole than last year.
you got to make an All-Star.
In the East, well, they don't do it like that, like East, West, you draft whoever, but
He's going to make an All-Star.
he might. I wouldn't put it, I think he might. He might think it depends on what his coach lets him do. And he got all-star potential, I'll say
Yeah,
that.
they don't look like they have anybody else to get a ball to. Pause. He going to have to shoot every time.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, it might work out in his favor, so we'll see. So moving along to the other teams, the Memphis Grizzlies are getting Marcus Smart in a 3-team deal. This would send Porzingis to the Celtics, and the Wizards would get Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and the number 35 pick. What are your thoughts?
What happened to keeping the team together? We just talked about that. What happened to keeping the core people together? They didn't win. So ain't no need of keeping them together, I guess. Marcus Smart not on Boston is crazy. To see him in Memphis is weird because I don't see where he's going to play when Ja comes back. I don't know what that was about.
My opinion is this: Boston don't give a fuck about niggas. They
really
Them niggas don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Niggas say, yo, listen, man, we know all you did for us, Paul Pierce, but Brooklyn got a bag for you to return. They ain't even let Paul Pierce finish there. They say,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna give you $11 million a year. Go
Go
over there
now.
to Brooklyn and get your last 2 years over there, because we're not gonna let you retire here for $11 million a year. We don't give a fuck if you the truth or not. This the truth. You gotta go. Secondly, they did this shit to Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas' sister died in the middle of the playoffs. God bless the dead.
Yeah, that
he
was-
get
that
on the
was
flight,
foul.
go check on his sister, set up the funeral, all that. Come back and play with a broke hip.
Yeah.
Broke hip in the playoffs against Cleveland. They lose. He got to mourn his sister, played with a broke hip. You know what they said? We sorry to hear your sister die, but your broke hip ass is getting traded to the Cavaliers because Kyrie's available. That's what they told him right after his sister died and right after that. Marcus Smart fucking dye his hair green. Every
Yeah,
game he dyed his hair
he's
green.
as Celtic as you could be.
Yeah, all type of diving on the floor, jumping around, loose balls, makes all defensive team.
Wait,
all this says to me is that people do not give a fuck in that GM office about the players in Boston.
Jumping on loose balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen,
I said, whoa.
He's on a roll, though.
Whoa, you were doing good today, Paul. You were seeming
do you
very
wanna-
educated,
do-
so I was letting you roll.
Yo,
but listen,
do I
when
play?
you say jumping on
Yeah,
loose
yes or no?
balls,
That's what we
killer,
doing.
I just want to know where was your
out of
mind
pocket.
when
It
you
was
thought
out of pocket. But
you were out of pocket.
I'm way out of pocket. Boy, I'm out of pocket. I'm out of pocket. But I'm gonna be wild petty. Just let me know. Let me know. You trying to make up for 20 shows.
I was letting you go. I was letting you go.
Nah.
You was on a roll.
Nah, let's play.
You was rolling.
Pause, let's play.
I said,
Let's
you know
do it.
what?
Let's do it. Pause.
Killer got my notes. He's sounding crazy over
Let's
there.
do it. Pause.
But, yo.
Anyway, Boston, you're right.
Yes,
I'm out
yes.
of pocket.
Yes.
But everything's off limits now. Let's go. It's on. It's popping. But Boston front office don't give a fuck about the players, yo. That's what I'll say.
And yeah, according to his point, agreeing with Cam is that, but I thought that was only with Danny Ainge. But now Danny Ainge is not there. They still following the legacy.
Yeah, exactly. Brad Stevens was the coach when Danny Ainge was doing it. So he's doing the same thing Danny Ainge did. You know what I'm saying? And listen.
Because they used to blame it on Danny Ainge.
Right, that's a fact. But a lot of people going back to Isaiah Thomas, he also made Brad Stevens look good because he was the leading scorer. You know, Jaylen Brown and Tatum was just getting there. Yeah. He was the man. He was scheduled to get like 130, 140 million, and that just went down the drain because his hip never recovered, and Cleveland was like, we're not giving you that kind of money, and you're not healthy. But he also helped Brad Stevens' career playing that good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, who won this trade? The Grizzlies, the Wizards, or the Celtics?
That's a great question because, listen, I like Porzingis, but he's another guy who's never always healthy. He has health issues. For him to be on the court, he's never fucking there. So it's a great question because, look, it's a great replacement for John Morant, a steady point guard. Will they be able to coexist? We don't know what kind of... It looked like Marcus Smart been in the league for a few minutes, and they just get into the league. So when all that rah-rah shit, Marcus Smart be like, this ain't the way to do it,
this
man.
Ain't the way to
this
do
ain't
it.
how you go
He's
about it.
He's a professional.
Yeah, this ain't how you go about doing it. Then back to what we said.
That's probably good for him to be there then.
But that's back to what we saying about Chris Paul. Like, bro, you get there and don't win. Like, don't tell me what it takes to win a championship because you haven't won a championship. So if I had to pick one name out of hat, I would say Boston. They got bigger paws, and they wasn't doing it with that crew, with Marcus Smart. He'd been there about 3-4 years. So I would go with Boston if I had to pick somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go with Boston. I think the Wizards actually did good to get rid of all of their problems all on the same week. If you ever had to dump all your sides on the same week, that's crazy. So that's kind of what they did. They got rid of the big contract with Bradley Beal. They got rid of because they was never going to be able to rebuild with the people they had. So this week was a dream come true for a bright GM if he knows what he's doing.
And I agree. I think that the Wizards are about to try and go young. Like they'll go get Jordan Poole, and then we see what else they add around it. But they realize it's not going to be an overnight process. I think they're starting their rebuilding with Jordan Poole. Yeah.
Well, I agree. Let us know what team you think won the trade. We'll be right back.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. Okay, so we were all waiting for the news of Ja and finally got it. Ja will now deal with the madness not just off the court, but on the court. As promised, Adam Silver announced that Ja will be suspended for 25 games. What do you think, and do you think this will teach him a lesson?
Well, listen, I think 25 games, I thought it was going to be 50 games. I think Murder said 25 games.
Yeah.
I think this is about right for the situation. I'm not mad at it. Do I think this is going to teach Ja a lesson? I'm not sure about that because right after the suspension, Ja was lighting a candle with a gun that was a lighter, talking about, well, since it's all said and done, this is really what I was holding. It was really a lighter. And niggas is like, yo, my nigga. Yo, first of all, let me talk to Ja. Ja, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, yo, really? Really? Why don't you stop putting your fingers like this no matter what it is? You know, if it's a lighter, if it's a gun, if it's a nail gun, stop doing this, yo.
If it's a flashlight, don't do it.
Yes. No, could you stop doing this
Even when you make a three, don't do nothing.
Don't do
remotely gun. Don't do nothing.
Cause you start when you come. Don't take the shits after you make a shot. Don't put the shits back in your holster. Can you just stop doing this at any time for a week, my nigga? Nigga, did you see that shit?
It's trigger finger itchy.
No, yeah, I gotta be. That shit gotta be itchy. The nigga lit up a candle with a lighter that talk about. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing, but this shit, John, come. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And you know who's missing? T. Morant. Where the fuck are you at? You've been missing, all this shit popping. T. Morant acting like one of the niggas. T. Morant acting like a co-defendant. T. Morant said, I ain't here for all this bullshit. That nigga T. Morant ain't been found nowhere, my nigga. You know why? Because T. Morant, one of them niggas.
T. Morant went low like a federal agent.
That's a fact. T. Morant, like a co-defendant on the run. T. Morant is DMX and Belly.
Yeah.
That nigga is missing. He got low when niggas was looking for that nigga. That nigga, listen, T. Morant, one of them niggas like, I don't see what my son did wrong when he in the house. He ain't gonna say it on television. He like, did we break any laws though?
Did we break any laws? And that's an interesting thing because people are arguing, is it legal or is it right? And sometimes things that's legal, it's not right. For where he's going and what he's trying to do, what he's trying to portray, where his future is going, it's not right, even though it's legally right. And that's the thing that he's wrestling with in his mind. He's telling himself that this is right and everything he's doing. He got the legal right to do it, but it's not right because of his brand and because of the money that he's getting from it.
The whole thing about it is legally right don't got nothing to do with the NBA laws.
Yeah.
The NBA has their own laws, whether it's legal. It can be legally right.
Yeah.
And then within the NBA.
It's like weed being legal, but you can't smoke at halftime in front of everybody.
Yeah, but the NBA has their own laws. Absolutely. 100%. Same thing, like for instance, and this was more of a team thing, not even an NBA thing. Kyrie retweeted a book or whatever it was, a movie, and he gets in trouble.
And he was gone in 60 seconds.
Right, he was going for doing that. But what I'm saying is the NBA didn't find nothing wrong with it. The team ended up saying you have to go to take these lessons and so on and so forth, whatever. But he didn't break any laws.
Yeah.
But within the NBA has laws, and then your team have laws. Yeah, exactly. So that's all I was saying too. No reference to the thing going on with Kyrie. I have no opinion in it.
Yeah.
Just in case y'all confusing me, trying to act like I'm involved. I'm just giving a scenario of how the NBA and teams have their own laws. So, look, I just say, Ja, put the trigger finger down. Not even the gun at this point.
Anything remotely close to a gun, just don't do it.
But the answer,
because something I think the road that he's traveling, something bad is gonna happen. I'm not wishing it on him, but he's like on his 5th incident. Whether you think about the mall, you think of the calling his mom's, the gun, the bus, the flashing, the next gun, the strip club. It's like it's going in the wrong. We from the street, so we know where that's going.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
And I think if they would have gave him more time, not I wish he had more time, but if they would have suspended him more, he would have learned his lesson. 25, he's not going to learn his lesson.
The reason Ja is not in jail, I believe, I wouldn't say definitely not, is because he's in the NBA. Let this been Pooh Shiesty. Let it be Pooh doing 8 for the same shit Ja running around doing 8.
Yeah.
Niggas have something like, the brand is protecting you, my nigga.
And Boosie's selling the car to get out of this same situation.
Yeah, Boosie in jail now. They caught Boosie with a gun.
And free Boosie.
Definitely free my nigga Boosie.
Free Boosie.
That's a fact. They caught Boosie with a gun in his waist and frozen. He just walked past the screen. Yeah. And who knows if it's real or not. So the NBA stamp to me is also helping him from not getting to the next level of trouble. Because if you was a rapper, you've been in jail by now.
Yeah, he's been in jail. And I think that the brand is causing him to not see his issue. And I forgot the word they use when you got somebody in your crew, not a reverse groupie. What's a reverse groupie?
To me, a reverse groupie?
Yeah. Because some niggas is reverse groupies. I call a reverse groupie when nigga be like, listen, I ain't on your dick or nothing, man, but you know what I'm saying?
I ain't sweating you or nothing, man, but you know I like, I fuck
But the
with you.
niggas still act like a groupie.
Yeah, because if you gotta come up to them and say that, then to me, you're already thinking, I don't want nigga to think I'm a groupie, so I gotta extra not be a groupie. Like, yo, I don't suck dick, and I ain't no fuck nigga, none of that shit, but I fuck with you, but I don't want you to think I'm one of them. Like, yo, bro, to me, you already trying so hard not to be a groupie that I call that a reverse groupie.
Yeah, so that's what niggas are doing with Ja. They're being reverse groupies. They should be telling them this. So as another word, they're enabling him. That's what people used to say. You're enabling him. You're helping him do all the sick stuff that he's doing.
Right.
Okay. Well, Ja's been getting a bit of slack on social media because all eyes have been on Zion Williamson. The adult entertainer he was messing with got Twitter fingers and threatened to release intimate videos of the two. What does all this mess do to his career? And what are your thoughts on her?
I think it's NBA gun boy versus NBA porn boy.
Yo, this is good. NBA gun boy is wild. They from South. I don't know what's going down there in South Carolina. Y'all got some wild niggas down there. Niggas better stop sleeping on South Carolina. They got some wild shit going on.
NBA gun boy versus NBA porn boy is wild, but I think he's definitely putting himself in a place where he's getting out of New Orleans. I think they're gonna use this as a way to ship him to another team. They don't want to do it, but they're gonna have to do it eventually.
So before I get back to you, I'm gonna take this time out to talk to the lady.
Yes.
Miss, listen, you threatening Zion talking about you have sex tapes of you and him. It's sex tapes of you and mad niggas. you act like, you got mad sex tapes. So you acting like you gonna release some crazy shit with you and Zion. You have 400 sex tapes. Now I see her tweets and all this. She talking about, she tagging, and she said, like, this is how she write, yo, NBA, I got sex tapes, and they on his trap phone too. So this is what she said on his trap phone. Listen.
Isn't that called like, what is that when somebody is trying to take money from you?
Extortion?
Yeah, she extorting job.
Yeah, it's just plain and simple extortion.
Yeah, you better chill out, Mariah, because you.
Yeah, she talking about she taking him to court for emotional damages and all this other shit. Look, first of all, I was going to get back to you. I just wanted to finish my message to her.
Yep.
Listen, you releasing sex tapes of you and Zion is not going to hurt Zion. Everybody got a sex tape out. Now it's gonna look like you on some sucker shit. Now, if he released it and said, yo, I'm out here doing porn and all this, then I can see with the NBA, like, yo, you getting a little too nasty. But you're doing it to him. Yeah. And secondly, with the niggas, we don't give a fuck. We like, yo, he got you hurt and you a porn star. You
making him look real.
Listen, and this super pause, but it's to her. You literally asshole hurt, pun intended. Like, you fucking hurt my nigga over Zion and you fuck mad niggas. Now back to y'all, man. So my thing is this. She tweeting the NBA.
She's making them look good.
Exactly.
Because if you got a porn star tripping over you,
exactly.
that makes they like, what's Zion doing?
That's a fact.
Because she didn't do this for the 400 people you got a tape with.
That is a fact. Zion looking super good out it because you not only threatening, you hurt. You could tell when you hurt. So when you had two dicks in you at one time, you wasn't hurt. Pause. But I'm talking about a bitch. No disrespect, Stat. But what I'm trying to say is this.
Earmuffs, Stat. Earmuffs.
You know, at the end of the day, you do wild, nasty shit. So like May said, I agree. Zion got you bugging. But back to the original topic, now New Orleans talking about moving him because they talk about he's one injury away from hurting his career.
And then they showed the video of Brandon Ingram's walking by and then Zion walking by, and then you see all the baddies in the background on their phones like this.
Yeah.
And what makes you think, did Zion do all of them?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but what I'm saying is this. The Pelicans are now talking about we may need to trade him. And even if it is for health reasons, this is kind of going back to the original question. Yeah. They may not really have his back on this porn shit. They be like, what Cam and Mace talk about is cool. We don't need that type of shit in our stadium with this wild shit. Because now the general managers, the owners, everybody else,
It's a branding issue.
No, not only that, but niggas' wives looking inside. The older
like,
wife looking inside. Older wife, hey Zion. Fuck you mean, hey Zion. You got gentlemen
Zion walking around going like this to everybody. He said, put your hand down, Zion.
You won't go on here is what happened in Boston. That's what we not going to have here.
We're not going to tolerate that.
Yeah, we not tolerating that. So now let's say this, because now, like, look, you the GM, you the president, Zion the waved at your wife or son. Now we got a meeting tomorrow. You like, well, he only plays 34 games in 2.5 years. How much more are we going to get out of him? Pause.
And then she go, you're not talking about Zion, are you?
Right. Nigga say, that nigga out of here. Nigga out of here.
That one little remark from his wife got niggas going.
Yeah, because you know why?
Tonight.
Yeah, because you know why? You absolutely right. Because you know why? When you go home, I heard you talking. I don't think y'all should get rid of Zion. The fuck you mean we shouldn't get rid of Zion?
She in the mirror putting Noxzema on.
Because I'll tell you now.
Saying, I don't think you should get rid of I heard you, baby. You don't need to get rid of Zion.
Exactly.
What?
Because listen, let me tell you something. I'm more mature now. And it took me, I would say, 44 years to be like, look, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna do. And I really don't, if I'm dealing with you, I deal with you. And our time together is our time together. And not saying go be a hoe, whatever, we're not together, but what you do in your own time, if that's what you want to do, that's on you. But it was a time where if I had a shorty, she better not laugh at my nigga joke too hard. Because he ain't that funny, nigga.
Yeah.
That's that.
I'm like, that's the killer. I know.
The fuck is you laughing at? I don't see anything that motherfucking funny to be laughing at Mace that hard.
Yeah.
Especially don't laugh. Don't let high school 21, 22 do not laugh at Mace jokes that hard, my nigga. You won't be seen again. Not in a bad way. You're not coming back around on curve. That's how I used to be, man. So.
Okay.
Is it true? Like, I had a girl, she was famous. She came over, she sat on the crate, she was smoking. Mm-hmm. She saw killing them. I told her, put her head down, right? Put your head down.
That's how we was raised, man.
Forgive us, though.
Forgive us, though. Yeah, forgive us, though. That's
put your head down.
Because if you smiling and all that, I don't know what I was smiling. Y'all remember I caught one of my shorties staring at this football player. Hey, don't embarrass me here.
Yeah.
Do that on your own time.
Step on her toes while she got open toes on.
Yeah. You know how you embarrassing me with one of these? The fuck you caring about? And she was going next day too. Don't do that outside, man. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's the truth. Walk away and leave her a car to take her to the airport.
Yeah, that's a fact.
She gotta get her own clothes.
That's a super duper fact.
But hey, we changed now. We changed now. Don't judge us.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Don't judge me.
I see that one hit a little.
Yeah.
A little close.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I will say there's a reason I didn't say her name, because clearly, she does want people talking about her. Like, even Stephen A was talking about it. She did pop up in his live chat, trying to beat the allegations. But so a lot of discussion has been going around. Basically, the question is, why do you think so many athletes have been talking to adult entertainers?
It's a quick fix.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're pros. And sometimes, listen.
The same reason you go to a professional lash tech. They know what they're doing. That's a simple question.
Let me get to your level so you can understand.
And listen, I don't. How old is Shorty?
She's in her late 30s, I believe. I'm gonna search it.
Okay, so Zion been beating off to us since he was 12. He been the pause.
Yeah, he probably.
Yeah, like that's one of them.
He probably was looking at her like.
I get the joint that I want.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, he got the joint like he. So I mean, and she probably been in the business so long. Zion 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
So when he was playing AAU, he saw.
Yeah, 14 years old. You know that porn homo. That's who he wanted.
Yeah.
Then he ended up getting it.
Yeah.
Crazy. So the reason I think a lot of young people are getting rappers, young people with money, whether it's athletes, rappers, whoever, they see these female rappers that everybody wants. So they see these female porn stars, or you see strippers, and now it's even more accessible because you have social media, so now it's nothing but a DM. You ain't got to go to the club she was at. You ain't got to be where she was at. You send a DM, you fly her in. It's 1, 2, 3. It's easy access. So I think that a lot of these young people getting money see these people what they wanted, and it's almost like a bucket list type of thing. Just your pull-out game got to be better than that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the stripper, which maybe he likes her, but he said, I ain't going raw in that porn star.
You can't do that.
You can't do that, champ.
Yeah, that wouldn't be wise.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But as far as that, I just think, to answer your question, I think that you see these people growing up and now you can actually get them.
Yeah.
And sometimes you slip up.
Okay, so
It
basically...
might be reverse groupie.
So basically, what would y'all's advice be to Zion dealing with this situation? That's really...
My advice to any young athlete, I'm talking about 14 and up, who has the potential to go pro, overseas, a bright future, a lawyer, a doctor, go listen to Snoop Doggy Style album, and your life will be set on not how to get caught up in these situations. Bitches ain't shit. Suck my dick hoe. It don't matter, just don't bite it. All these, that's on NWA, pardon me, those is on everything. Fuck a bitch, Ice Cube song. Listen, what I'm trying to say is that these songs will not get over in today's society, but it trains you not to be Scottie Pippen neither.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because one time I was talking to somebody and I said, yo, really forgive me. Snoop and Too Short was my pastor. That's who I grew up as, my pastor. They gave me a doctrine to live by.
Right.
And before I changed my life, that was what I listened to.
Yeah, and to be honest with you,
and it kept you from getting played, though.
That's exactly what. See, people think I'm trying to be funny, and it probably is funny.
We're not being funny.
But he's 100% right. That's why I named that album, because you gotta realize we're 15, 14, and this was the hottest thing in the world moving, and all they did was say bitches ain't shit.
Yeah.
And it was good music behind it as well, but it made you be like, yo, get the fuck out. Like if a girl tried to get something from you, it was like, hell no. You know, now that you're older, you got some money, and you really love somebody and want to fuck with them, it's nothing wrong with getting them something, but growing up, listening to that.
Yeah, you couldn't give her anything.
Like, I'll give you an example, right? And, off sports, because we was talking about Scottie Pippen, how Scottie Pippen's wife is going to get half of his retirement.
Half his retirement?
Half of his retirement.
She already got the first half.
First of all, it's another ring for the Jordan family.
She's doing this like a concert. She got the front end, and now she about to get the back end.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's definitely like a show.
She said, I'm about to get the back end, baby.
That's a fact,
You with the back end, Larsa Pippen. We got to change it, Larsa Pippen.
That's a fact, man. But who was we talking about before Scotty? I was just about to say something about somebody.
You talking about Zion.
Damn, it wasn't Zion. But
and about
how... You talk about Snoop and all these niggas, but I forget who I was going to talk about. But those albums that save you from being played, whether today it's all good or not. And listen, don't get me wrong, those are some harsh-ass records. This was harsh. It's good records out today that don't have to disrespect females. That's what I was going to talk about. Steve Harvey, not to jump off one thing and go to Steve Harvey. So I seen an interview recently with Steve Harvey, and he's like, yo, man, I went broke twice. Both my wives got everything, and I had to start from scratch.
Steve Harvey said that?
2 times. 2 wives got him. Now he got a new wife. But 2 times, his wife took his money. Basically, he said he had something like $1,300 in his account when it's all said and done.
And did she come back and help him?
No.
Get an apartment? Get a house?
No. So
get a car? Get on his feet?
This same interview, nothing. This same interview, he's telling this story. He says, about 20, 25 minutes later in the interview, he says, listen, I don't understand these niggas out here talking about what a woman brings to the table. She brings herself. She brings the value of her being a woman. You're supposed to take care of her and nurture her and make sure that she's right and live by that. And I'm sitting there saying, maybe that's why you went broke 2 times, saying the same shit that you're about to do again. Because you just a sucker. When you see females, you're gonna get the money or whatever.
There's a difference between helping a woman and being a sucker, and I think people are missing that.
Right, absolutely.
When you think about helping a woman, it's like you're helping her as she's helping you fulfill a legacy, but you're not just keeping her fly for the next guy to come smash her. That's what they're doing.
And you know
that's
what,
being a
you
sucker.
know what hurts when you spend so much money on getting your girl body done and then she leave you and another nigga clapping your work.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're paying for his excitement. So you're dressing her up for the broke guy to just come and do whatever with
you
her.
want to do with her. And listen, ladies, I believe y'all supposed to get everything y'all supposed to get. But if you ain't supposed to get it, you ain't supposed to get it. And there's no way this girl should be getting retirement money. That's all I'm saying.
And sometimes that's the issue because you meet her one way and you're trying to make her something that you are instead of just buy her the best of what she was already getting.
Yeah, so
Don't try to make her what you are.
exactly. So if she was getting Converse, get her the high tops.
Yeah, get her high tops.
Yeah, exactly.
Get her all of them.
Yeah, all colors of
All
high
of
tops.
them.
Exactly.
Because if you change her mind and start giving her things that you do and you get, then it changes her into you. And now,
that happened to me.
Yeah,
that happened to me. That happened to me.
Yeah,
And
that's how you ruin a good woman.
that's
by
a
making
fact.
her
Yo, you
materialistic.
Yo,
Yeah.
you. That's why I got you up here.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I got you up here. That's exactly
You buy
why I put
all the Converse and the T-shirt to match.
That's a fact. Because now,
And when the hoodie come out, put rhinestones on it.
exactly, that's what you got to do. That happened to me. Chick never been in Louis, never been in Gucci.
You
They
getting
buy
a
him couple-
Louis and Gucci.
and
now all she want is Louis and Gucci.
Exactly.
And you're
exactly.
like, that's not what you wanted. You wanted Old Navy.
What's going on, baby? This is a fact.
Yeah, you wanted Brooks Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have never took you
Exactly. Forever 21 or forever. That's why it's called Forever 21.
Yeah.
Forever 21.
And then the relationship would have lasted forever.
That's true. That's true. Soon as you start by a girl that's not used to high-end shit, this is all they want. And then instead of them going to hustle hard, to be like, you know what? My nigga bought me this. My nigga bought me that. I want to get this for myself one day.
Yeah.
Nah, they waiting on the next time he gonna get it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, Stat. We'll get you some shit because you our sister. You like our little sister. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Rollies
getting
on
her the
tape.
best of everything she already get.
Yeah, nah, Stat. No, what I'm gonna do because Stat my sister, so it's like I'll show you what a nigga should be trying to get you one day. But this the last of it. We gonna keep paying you a check, and then
I
you
mean,
gonna be able
school
to
and
buy.
Stat. She know
No,
that.
yeah, they be definitely putting me on game, but it's good. It's all good things. And I also have to preface because people think I'm related. We're not related, y'all. Just so y'all know. And also back to what you guys were saying in relation to Zion. That's probably why the other girl was mad because Zion was not helping her out, which is why she's saying all the things that she's saying now. But let us know what you guys think about the situation. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
One eye, one heart, one love.
Excuse me? After last night's performance, we're gonna do this again? Not tonight. I don't think so. And make sure you close the door behind you.
When I take the up, man. When I take the up, man. When I take the up, man.
I'm Rico fucking strong.
Took that horsepower, told the girl, giddy up,
Baby!
fast money, money, fresh shit, cash money, Moscow mule,
I'm back.
looking back at her, I'm a crash.
Hell no. Muchacho, levántate. Toma eso, bébetelo.
Right now?
Well, cuña. Well,
Now, right now. Right now.
yeah.
Girl, let me see you walk it off. Oh, let me see you walk it off. Yeah, let me see you walk it off. Go, girl, let me see you walk it off.
Welcome back. Okay, so a couple players have declined their multi-million-dollar player option, including Bruce Brown, Draymond Green, Chris Middleton, and Kyle Kuzma. What do you think is next for them?
That's really interesting when you think of Bruce Brown. He got to get paid more money. He got more money is in his future. The way he performed in the finals, the way his composure, being such a aggressive offensive player, and on defense of being a two-way player, he definitely should get paid a whole lot of more money. So I could see him just doing this just to go back to Denver, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's on another team next year if they give him an offer that he can't refuse. And who else was that?
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. He got to go back. He got to go back to the Warriors. But, his bromance is questionable.
Listen,
It seemed like he wants to play in L.A. I'm looking at his paws and his eyes.
I think, it'd be fucked up is if they get rid of Jordan Poole and then he go play at the Lakers. That'd be really fucked up.
Yeah.
I think they got rid of Jordan Poole. Not saying the chemistry wasn't right, but I think the number one reason they got rid of him was for Draymond.
I think he would have left if Jordan stayed, but I think now that they've done that, it's putting pressure on him. I think he was already out the door. He was in Europe, him and LeBron. So
yeah, they just in Paris together. I say this: as far as Bruce Brown, he was scheduled to make $6.8 million this year. Absolutely,
Oh, yeah, he got to get out of
He
there.
got to get out of there,
Yeah.
or they have to reconstruct his contract. I think if Denver was smart, they reconstruct his contract. If not, the best place or the best GM right now, if they're really smart, would be the Suns. Steal him from Denver right now while you can. If you're the Phoenix Suns and you just got Bradley Beal and you can steal Bruce Brown from Denver, which takes away from them as the y'all, and bring him off the
that would
bench.
be a brilliant move.
I think that gives the Suns a little more leverage because he was such a key piece in them winning the championship. But if I'm the Suns, that's what I'm doing immediately. I got to steal Bruce Brown from Denver.
You think they have enough money and cap space to do that?
I don't know. That's the question. I don't know how that works with cap space because I know.
But that would be a genius move. That'll make them the new favorite.
Yeah, exactly. So I say that's what I would do if I was Bruce Brown. But Denver, if they're smart, they'll keep him. I see Mike Malone at the parade. I thought he ran a fucking record label. This nigga was outside Diddy bopping, gold chain on. He said Brucey B ain't going nowhere. I said, yo, this nigga right here run a record label, man. So that's what I would do if I was the Suns. And if I was Denver, I would definitely get Bruce Brown back. Kyle Kuzma, I don't really care about where he goes. Draymond, definitely try and get back in Golden State. If that's what Golden State wants. Like Murder said, you really don't know. The one thing that I would say is this, is that Chris Middleton, you bugging the fuck out.
Yeah, he
You're
left
bugging.
$40
You had $40 million
million
on the table, $40 million on the table, and you didn't go get it. You didn't have that good of a season last year. You was hurt for the last 2 years. You had a pretty shitty season. So listen, you must know something that we don't know, my nigga, because to leave $40 million on the table, I hope you get it from somewhere. I hope Milwaukee reconstructs your contract. It's that these salary caps are going up so much that niggas like, oh, no, I could get $48 million a year because the salary caps keeps going up. But for him to leave $40 million on the table is beyond me. I have no reason why he's doing that.
I think it's the city that they be in. Would you want to have $40 million and live in Kansas? Knowing what you know now, would you live in $40 million? You live in Kansas?
If I'm winning championships, if I'm a contender, if it's going to keep me out of trouble, absolutely.
Yeah, if you got a family, you could live there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think they start thinking about Miami and all these
the
other
whole
places.
thing about
they
it is
could
these
go.
niggas make enough money in a game in 20 minutes to take a jet wherever they want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like if you live in Milwaukee and he's from South Carolina, you be home in 2.5 hours. You live on a jet. If you any city that you're in, don't get me wrong, you could go out and party or do whatever, but your main focus is to be there for basketball, not for your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to do that on your days off, take a jet wherever the fuck you want to go and go back. But I just don't understand why Chris Middleton is leaving, and they won a championship.
Yeah, it'd be so. A lot of times it'd be their family, their wives and stuff. She is in his ear telling them, "You don't want to be in L.A. Don't we have fun in L.A.?" And really, that's not the best place.
Yeah, but that goes back to doggy style. Pause.
Yeah.
That goes back to, yo, bitch, get out my face, man. I'm here for one reason and one reason only is to win championships.
And guys got to stop letting ladies move them to California.
Yeah, because that's where you get half at.
That's where you get
That's
half.
exactly
60.
Yeah, 60%.
I know.
Yeah.
You think you're getting a fresh start? You ain't getting a fresh start.
That's not the
She
place
getting
to
a
get
fresh
married.
back end.
Your back end is
Pause.
crazy.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm not even, that's crazy because I never looked at it like a show.
Yeah.
You get your front end the whole show, and then the back end on retirement is wild, man.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion about all the 4 people you named.
Okay. Well, we definitely went a couple ways because, like, what if he wasn't going to LA? What if he was going to like Atlanta or somewhere else? Like he
People
could end
don't
up
go to
anywhere.
Atlanta because the child support is very low. It's like $300 a kid or something.
Okay.
So that's not the place to go.
So
And break up.
so you basically
Based on the family.
basically chicks know not to go there.
Chicks
like,
know not to go to Atlanta and get cute.
Yeah.
Don't get cute in Atlanta.
Got you. Where you live?
Atlanta. You said
I'm just saying.
I used to live in You know I'm just playing. You know I'm just playing. You know I was just playing. Hey, that was a show. They scripted that.
I'm just asking you. You said don't go to Atlanta and get cute.
Don't go to Atlanta and get cute.
Nigga said don't go to Atlanta and get cute, nigga.
No,
Oh
that's funny.
shit, man.
Oh, man.
So somebody bring me a paper towel cap.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry about that.
That's why people had to get out of Atlanta. They got pregnant in Atlanta and she said, I gotta get out here. I gotta get an athlete somewhere else. Atlanta ain't gonna be good.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Well, that's not where I was expecting that to go. All right. Well, we touched on the Suns a little bit, but
Yeah.
a trade that was finalized included Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
This will land the Wizards 6 second-round draft picks and 4 first-round pick swaps. Do you think a KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker trio is a winning trio?
Look, this is what I'll say. Ever since this is good for now, Wick. Ever since Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen went to Boston, people think that this is the remedy for a championship because they say you need 3 and not 2 anymore. It used to be 2.
Yeah, it used to be 2.
So now it's 3. So first championship, you got Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce.
Yep.
Then you got Kobe, Bynum, Pau Gasol. You know what I'm saying? Then you got LeBron, Bosh, Wade. So people are thinking you need 3 to win it. Dirk Nowitzki, I don't remember. No, maybe they had
Yeah.
the
Wait.
Jet.
Yeah.
The Jet. Terry.
And what's the Lord do? Barrera.
Yeah, but I'm saying besides Dirt, it wasn't like,
Yeah.
you still could win without having 3, but I think people think of the remedy. Is this the 3 to win it? I say if they get Bruce Brown. Right now, I'm not going against Denver, depending on where Bruce Brown ends up.
Because Denver is going to be more confident next year.
Right, and
After
I think
you win, you get a new chip.
Yeah, they get
on
the
your
Diddy
shoulder.
Bop is different. The Diddy Bop is way different. I think they have a great starting 5. They play 8 players through this whole playoffs. So I think they have a core 8. Not saying they're going to play more than 8 in the regular season, but what I say is this. It takes a strong 8 to win the championship.
It definitely does.
And I think wherever Bruce Brown ends up is very important. Even if it's not Golden State, if it's not Phoenix or not Denver, where he ends up is important if it's going to be a contender. But the reason I give the Nuggets the advantage for next year is because I have a feeling Bruce Brown to end up there. But that's the only reason I'm giving the advantage. But to answer your question, I think Phoenix is close. Looks good on paper, but you know what else looked good on paper? Kyrie, Harden, and Durant.
Fair.
That looked great on paper.
Yeah, that looks
a lot of
good.
shit look good on
Yeah.
paper. So out on paper, yes, it looks great.
Even Porzingis and the rest of them
Yeah,
look good on
Porzingis,
paper.
Tatum, and
And Brown.
that looks great on paper.
Now, and no, they got rid of Smart.
Yeah, it looks great on paper. What are we going to see when it's time to play? That's what I'll say.
Good points.
Yeah, anytime you're talking about championship, it's always the same thing. 2 of the games are won by the star. 1 game is won by the bench, and another game is one that they wasn't supposed to win. So you gotta have somebody come off the bench.
Okay. So who would you choose? KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, or Steph, Clay, and now CP3?
I'm picking KD, nigga. I'm not going nowhere. Chris Paul goes to be a favorite.
When Chris Paul win a chip, he coming to see you for real.
Listen. I was waiting for Chris Paul yesterday at the Players Association. We went to the draft party the other night.
I didn't go because I didn't want to see Chris.
I was waiting for Chris like this.
I said Chris gonna run up on camera.
I was waiting for Chris to come. I was waiting for Chris to pull up. They kept saying Chris was coming. Pause. He never came. Pause. And so I'm like, I'm out, man. I'm not going to sit and wait for Chris. I thought we have a word because he ain't say nothing to us in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that
That's
we was
why
good.
I didn't come. I was letting y'all have a word.
Yeah, but, nothing bad. I just wanted to make like, Chris, don't take shit personal. We just telling you what
Honest
the fuck
journalism,
going on.
yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't show up nonetheless. But the moral of the story is, and there's no disrespect, Chris, I just don't think wherever you go is going to win.
Yeah.
I think you're a top 10 point guard of all time.
Yeah. I think it would be perfect, like we was talking about before, in San Antonio.
That's where you need to go,
San
Chris.
Antonio.
That's exactly
would be
what
great
you
for him.
Go to my team, San Antonio. You got a Hall of Fame coach, Greg Popovich. You got somebody brand new who's willing to listen to you. Brand new player who'll take the experience and be like, he's an experienced veteran in the NBA.
And then he can lax off on defense, reach and run because you got somebody that's 7'5".
Yeah, absolutely. And then you could throw a bunch. It'll be Lob City again. So I think a great place for Chris Paul is San Antonio. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to just throw you away like that.
Yeah.
But San Antonio would be a great place. You could teach the kid. You got Greg Popovich. He probably loves you. It's a great place for you to end up at.
All right. All good points. We'll be right back.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free. Why am I in this woman wanna be free? Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about you.
Welcome back. Another person who was brought up in trade rumors is Damian Lillard. He has made it clear he doesn't want to be part of a youth movement with a young player in a rebuild. It's rumored that Miami Heat is targeting him. Where could you see him going?
I like the Heat for him, but anywhere but Portland. Look, Dame, you racked the fuck up. Dame went out there, got them $210 million, $250 million checks. Dame probably got close to $500 million in Portland. Dame, you got your money.
Yeah.
Go where you're going to win a chip. Now, I don't know if Miami, if that's going to get them over the hump for him to win a chip. I would say it's definitely a plus. Definitely a plus for him to be in Miami. But it's a plus for him to be in LA with the Lakers. It's a lot of places Dame Dollar. What up, Dame? My nigga Dash. It's a lot of places that Dame Dollar is going to be an asset.
Yeah.
But for him to leave and not win a championship, it doesn't make sense. So it has to be somewhere that's not only going to be a contender, more is going to be realistic. Because one thing well, they'll be a contender. They've been struggling with a team for years. Yeah, he needs to win.
They don't want to be on the contenders.
Exactly. So Miami, I don't know. Listen.
Well, where else could he go that he can contend?
I was about to say the East. It's a lot of Miami him and Miami could get them to the chip.
Yeah.
But are you going to beat Denver? Are you going to beat the Suns? So you could say this will get us to the East Championship, at least the Eastern Conference Finals. But is it going to get you beating a healthy Denver, beating a healthy Phoenix, beating a healthy Golden State, depending on who they get next season.
Yeah.
Beating, not saying that they're even going to make it, but I can't wait to see what Sacramento going to do.
So if Middleton opts out,
He's out. He opted out.
he opts out. What do you think about Damian Lillard with Giannis?
I like that as well. It's just that, is that going to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it won't be enough.
Yeah, like they need a shooter. Middleton
Yeah,
was a shooter.
Middleton is-
and not saying
he
Damian
spreads the floor.
Exactly. Not saying Damian Lillard can't shoot, but we know Giannis is not shooting
Yeah.
the three. You're gonna leave him open whether he makes it or not. I don't think that puts them over them. Listen, Giannis wasn't 100%. And I don't care what's going on. He played.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler beat them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying Damian Lillard doesn't add a so-called X factor, doesn't get. I'm not looking at the East for Damian Lillard or any team in the East.
Yeah.
Any team in the East, even if New York or whoever, I could get them to the championship. Do you beat Denver? Do you beat Phoenix? Do you beat who gets to the championship out the West? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't see where he could win, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good
I think wherever he goes is just a better team to lose on.
Dang.
Yeah.
I gotta
It
tell the
is
truth.
what it is.
It
Like,
is what it is. Don't put that sign there for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Because if he goes to the Lakers, realistically, if he goes to the Lakers, then they got to unload a lot of the talent that's there. I don't see Chauncey Billups in Portland receiving. What's the left-handed kid name that snitched on Kobe?
He's free agent too, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, so he's gone. That's a salary there. Would you really get rid of all of those other pieces they got that played very well in the playoffs? They revamped that team. If you take Austin Rivers and what's the other guy named that was working out with LeBron that was at the Wizards as well, if you take them two off that team, you just got an old team.
Yeah. Like a few minutes ago, you said unload the talent, which is crazy. Wow.
That's revenge pause.
I'm just saying, unload
That
the
is
talent.
definitely
Revenge pause?
Crazy.
Revenge pause.
You was doing so well. I didn't want to interrupt you. You was on a roll. You sounded so educated. I didn't want to interrupt you. But
Yeah, he got you. He got you.
So I didn't want to interrupt you while you was doing that. But unload the talent is kind of crazy.
That was out of pocket.
Yeah,
That was out of pocket.
it's even
Look
today.
at Bob talking Boy, you out of pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got to give it to him. That was a good one.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you. Yeah.
He was waiting.
He was for the right moment, and he got it.
Yeah, I'll keep it up. Yeah. That's a fact.
Okay. Well, moving along.
Yeah.
Back in 2010, Michael Jordan bought his share of the Charlotte Hornets for $275 million. It's 13 years later, and he sold his majority stake for $3 billion. What are your thoughts?
How much did he invest?
He originally bought it for $275 million.
Wow.
Sold it for $3 billion.
Fucking flip, 1,000%
Yeah.
flip is crazy. Crazy. What do I think? Listen, man, congrats to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I think that was a great business decision. But look, Mike, you ain't done shit since you've been over there. You ain't done a goddamn thing. Every year they stink it up. It's terrible. You got and listen. I think a lot of it's not your fault. Look, you get LaMelo Ball. He's always fucking hurt.
Yeah.
He's a superstar, and it could be a superstar, all-star, but he's always hurt. He's not available. He's must-see TV. So this fucks up your legacy as far as being an owner. Because as far as a player. Listen, you're our number one. People still wear your sneakers and everything else,
Yeah.
but as far as being a general manager, a owner, or whatever your position, president at the time, different positions you had, it has done nothing to get Charlotte out of the first round. And probably, they've been to the playoffs maybe 4 times that I remember and never out of the first round. So take your money and go do some new shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because for the state of North Carolina, for him to be from there, he hasn't really done much for that state, especially when it comes to basketball as an owner. And it would be just their luck that Jordan leaves and they start winning.
That's what happens. You know what happened to Don Mattingly for the Yankees? He played 20 years or however long for the Yankees. The first year he left, they won the championship.
Yeah.
Sometimes you that black cloud and you don't realize it.
Yeah, even though you could play well, sometimes the best players make the most horrible coaches. Because they're so gifted that they don't realize other people had to work to get there.
Right. You know, and it's a friend of ours too, Allen Iverson, right?
Yeah.
So Allen Iverson, I really, this is a dilemma. I would like to ask you about this. So Allen Iverson is like, he doesn't have a job with the Philadelphia 76ers, and he should have at least some type of coaching job within that organization. And everything as a player says, absolutely he should. Yeah. But to be honest, what Allen Iverson got is God-given. You can't teach what he has. Yeah. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, how does he teach?
Spinning it off to the top of the...
So I think he should have some type of job within the Philadelphia organization, but...
You said as a coach, though.
No, this is how he was feeling. He said that he doesn't understand why he has some position.
He shouldn't be a coach.
He definitely can't coach. Nobody could do that shit he was doing. like that shit was some God-given time. You can't teach that.
How you gonna be the coach if you don't like to go to practice?
Talk to him.
How you gonna be the coach? You telling people practice?
Yeah, you're the most famous soundbite.
Yeah, your most famous soundbite.
Hey, man, I got your support from Coach Murder. Listen, Murder been going around telling everybody for the last 3 months he beat you in a one-on-one. He keeps saying that to everybody. I need you to come run down on him and let us know that he really beat you in a one-on-one.
I got the footage.
You keep saying the footage. Where's the footage
I got the audio even of him saying it.
Where is the footage at, Beth?
It's coming out in the documentary.
Well, listen, man.
Can't reveal all my sources.
But yeah, listen, man. Shout out to AI.
But
man.
you should have a definite role in the organization. Just not practice.
So what would he be able to do?
GM. He knows the talent. He knows which team, which guy to pick. He could put teams together that.
So he should work up there in the GM office. Not mad at that.
It's the same thing they do with Isaiah. Isaiah walks around. Isaiah knows, like he said, okay, get Bradley Beal. Just, people in their ears.
Got you. Consultant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, the NBA draft picks are officially in.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama went first overall to the Spurs, but selected second overall to the Charlotte Hornets was Brandon Miller, who went viral for saying his NBA GOAT. He said, I actually don't think LeBron is the GOAT of basketball.
I can see this is already bad.
My GOAT of basketball is Paul George. I grew up watching him, so it's never just LeBron.
This is dumb. This is dumb and dumber. This is Macklemore getting the album of the year.
That's crazy.
It sounds like all of that. You remember Kendrick was supposed to win the album of the year, and they gave it to Macklemore. That's how this sounds when I hear.
Some tags.
It's just the ignorance. I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Yo, listen.
The thrift store. Remember the thrift store album? That was the GOAT of that year.
Yo, listen. I'm just like, for real. Y'all niggas do the weed test. These niggas is on different drugs, synthetic. NBA, not seriously, because these kids do other shit. They chop up perks, 30s, you know what I'm saying? The fucking Tylenol, they got to, like, they got to start testing for that.
He on a 30 or 310s.
I don't know, he on the perks 2950. Listen, they make it a new number for the, they got to do them drug tests.
He on perk 40.
Yeah, he got to be, because it's, Paul George is the GOAT. Like, listen, my nigga, I don't see, and listen, Paul George is a solid NBA player. I don't know where you get, I grew up watching Paul George at more than LeBron, more than Kevin Durant.
Where's he from?
That's a good question.
Where's he from, Stabby?
That's a great question.
Let's figure
I
out
didn't
where
play
he's
the
from.
Alabama, but I'm a search.
Yeah,
nah.
because he grew up watching Paul George.
Yeah, and Paul George from.
So you thinking he's wearing 24 for Kobe? He's wearing 24
He's from
because of
Nashville,
Paul.
Tennessee.
Dumb and Dumber.
How far is that from Indiana? Let's do the map search. It got to be close to the Pacers. Now it got it.
And I was rooting for him. He's starting his career off wrong.
But not only that, he could have been rooting for somebody in Memphis because, you know, Nashville is in fucking, Nashville is in Tennessee and so is Memphis. So
I know who this is. This is the same nigga that said Michael Jordan is a regular dude.
Yeah. He said, I can't, listen, man. I don't even, we smack the turkey shit out you, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Look, let's just I smack dog shit out you, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man?
He's a good kid.
He got no big brother, nothing, nigga.
Yeah,
Fucking me, Paul George is the dope, nigga. I smack the butterball turkey shit out you, nigga. You out your motherfucking mind, man. Yo, Stan, really, don't search nothing. Wrap it up.
Mike is regular.
Yo, sir, wrap this shit up,
Mike is regular.
Nah, we ain't gotta Google this nigga. This nigga
He said a lot of things. He was like, Michael Jordan airballed a free throw at their draft workout. And I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to be different. I guess. Like,
He's trying to go viral.
That's
you
what he's
remember?
trying to do.
You remember Lonzo Ball or one of them guys when they was like, somebody is better than Nas or something like that. It was like one of those things.
The older brother.
Yeah,
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, Lonzo.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, Nas is all right or something. It was something crazy.
It was something to that effect.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, it was dumb as shit.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's exact. Well, listen, man.
And no matter how talented you are, if you're stupid, you're gonna end up doing something else stupid.
My thing is this. I could go for Lonzo saying nah, and I'm not agreeing with him whatsoever. Because he's not in the rap field.
Yeah.
This nigga's in the basketball field saying that Paul George was his GOAT.
Yeah.
Now listen, Paul.
I think he said Nas was irrelevant. It was something crazy.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. But what I'm saying is, he not a rapper.
You just gotta be more self-aware. Like these young niggas don't have no self-awareness. Like you gotta know when you're in the presence of something better than yourself.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought a pair of Paul Georges? You ever had a pair of Paul Georges? Yo, I gotta get the new Paul Georges.
I bought them for the AAU team.
I didn't even know he had sneakers.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I ain't never hear nigga talk
Why
about.
he ain't balling in the Paul Georges? If I thought Mike was my GOAT, I'd be playing in Mike's.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I never seen nigga talking about, yo, you got the new Georges.
You got them P4s?
Yeah,
Nah, I like Paul George. I
like Paul George too. I fuck with especially after that injury he had and to come back and ball out the way he did. But even before the injury, we don't do GOAT talk with Paul. Yeah. We do at the most second team All NBA at his height. Third team All NBA.
I think if Paul didn't get hurt, he would have been up there, but not up there.
So let me ask you this, right? It's a series of people who've been hurt in their career.
Yeah, Penny.
Let me get the list. You put him, if Penny ain't get hurt, would you put him above Penny?
Absolutely not.
If Tracy McGrady ain't get hurt like he kept getting hurt, would you put him above?
I knew you was gonna say that. Absolutely.
So then what are we talking about? He got hurt. Man, niggas got hurt.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Derrick Rose got hurt.
Exactly.
If D Rose didn't get hurt, is he above D Rose?
I give you props because that was a gruesome injury. But Shorty on crack, man.
Yeah.
He a crack baby. Was he born in the 80s? Like, too young for the 80s, probably 2000.
But he's from he lived out there close to Memphis.
No, I'm saying his parents born in the 80s, they got crack shit in them still.
Yeah, and they chew that stuff.
That shit exactly. And then it lingers into their kids. No disrespect. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about him, I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he also drove to bring a nigga a gun when they was in the basketball.
That's him?
That's the
That's
same
the nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, what the fuck? That nigga crazy.
I was trying to.
What you see?
I was trying to be objective.
Yeah, that's the dumbass nigga. That nigga dumb. But what I say is this.
I think
he must be good because they like, fuck the gun shit and everything else, man. We gonna take him number 2. A lot of times that'll make your stock go down with that whole gun situation. So he gotta be good.
But he was in Alabama. He had the complexion for the protection.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of players in the NBA. For him to go number 2, that means if Homeboy wasn't in, he could have won number 1.
Yeah.
That don't mean he ain't crazy as batshit, but...
And that don't mean that they ain't gonna come back and get that money in the civil suit.
In the civil suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
you thought it was over.
True.
Okay. Well, he did not have the answer we were expecting, but congrats to the 2023 draft class.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning.
Shout out to my nigga Scoot too, man.
Yeah.
Much love, boy.
Yeah, see? Big congrats. Okay. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Stay tuned for the next. As always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs. Like when they doing them 2 for $5. In the drive through in the black.